Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online Endwalker. In the last episode, we began exploring the next section of Ultima Thule, which turns out to be modeled on the machine race that produced Omega, the Omicrons. And so we proceed with our investigations here, where we eventually learned from one of the units that, they used to be, normal biological entities, but they eventually ended up replacing, well, everything with tech. And so they lost who they were and no longer have the ability to think or expand beyond their intended purpose, which is to gain more power through conquest. And so, this one unit that kind of controls everything, has gained some doubts on, that purpose, and so has decided to basically do nothing. And so Grahatia was able to use his experiences to overcome that roadblock and give us a path forward. So we are now here with just Alphino and Alice. And we have this path to follow. So let's forge ahead, as it says. Alright, Alice. I won't let it break me. Don't you worry. I never have and I never will. Alright, Alphino. Look, Naomi, a portal has opened. It will surely deliver us true. It must. Alright, through the portal. Look up, Ayame. It's as though the stars are being devoured by the dead sun. And that's where we're headed, into the Maw of Darkness. Well, here is where the path begins, and it ascends to dizzying heights. Let us make our way one sure step at a time. And Alice, our friends got us this far. Their courage, their strength, their wisdom, their love. We owe it to them to continue, no matter how long it takes. So they're going to be following me. Let's go. There's a conversation point here. Alphino. Thancred would scout the road ahead. Y'shtola and Eorzea would trade opinions on esoteric subjects. Graha would join in their discussion, or else chat with me and Alice about the mission. Mistinian would be at the rear, apart yet present. And all the while you would come and go, wherever you are needed, and together we would travel. Alice, all I can hear are my footfalls, my heartbeat, so much quieter now. The fact we can breathe and continue on is proof the others are still with us. They are. They are, aren't they? Yep. They're still there. Just doing what they need to do. Alright, Alphino. The innumerable lights that shine in the distance, to think that they all could have birthed civilizations. To think that everything they built has gone to dust, their peoples lost to despair. The stars floating in this sea of midnight, ours is a lonely aberration. And yet, no matter how many worlds have met their ends, with you and Eorzea beside me, there is nothing I fear, no ocean so vast I cannot cross. Alright, Eorzea. Those broken stars I see, shattered, ruptured, unraveled, I wonder if they're also worlds recreated at their ends. The sight of them fills me with a sorrow I cannot describe and a truth I cannot deny. Birth and death, whence we came and whence we'll return, a wheel from which there is no escape. Alright, where's the... Oh, up there. Oh, that's just a dead end over there. Okay, never mind. Alright. I have this say here. Alphino. The portal is barely visible from up here. Really, we've come far, much further than would have been possible had we kept chasing perfect ideals as we did in the past. It is because we have known failure and frustration, that we have learned and grown from them, that Hydaelyn has entrusted us with this mission, with the fate of the very star. Right? Now I say, it's all a dream, isn't it? A long, elaborate dream. Any moment now, I'll wake up in my bed, still a student, grandfather alive, and go about my day relieved as the fragments of that other life fade away. And that would be happiness, wouldn't it? None of it. No. No, I won't give up these experiences, good and bad. They are mine. They are me. Alright, and what's here? Rest assured, I am fine, but thank you for your concern. What of yourself? Though we can't afford to be too leisurely, neither need we rush unduly. We've crossed an impossible distance to stand where we are now, and we're but a few steps away from journey's end. It'll be over before we know it. Alright, and Eorzea? Me? Oh, I still have plenty of legs left in me, don't you worry. It's you I'm worried about. You always push yourself so hard for us, for everyone, and while we're here, we'll make sure to bear our share of the burden. Alright, let's roll. Keep rolling. What do they have to say here? Alphino? Well, this is it, the end of the path, and the beginning of whatever awaits. There'll be greater hardships. We may be made to feel powerless, yet come what may, we have no regrets. Now let us have pride in what we have achieved. What we have achieved and how it changes us for the better, that's worth fighting for and dying for, as they did. There are some structures up ahead. Still a ways to go before we reach the dead sun. Given all this, I know how naive it must sound to hope it all works out somehow. Still, you'll forgive me if I wish for it all the same, and for you most of all. Not that you of all people need it, it's just after all the help you've given me, for once I want to be the one to help you. Alright. And here is our destination for the moment, the Necropolis. And this is Enna, the first one. Alphino? This is almost... normal. It's not unlike many cities we know, but it's deathly quiet. Mayhap the inhabitants are within the buildings, or invisible to our senses. Wrong on both counts. There is simply no one here. Ah, Meteon. This is how I found it when I arrived. Another star which once pulsed with life, but no longer. How it ended, I do not know. Invasion, sickness, suicide, none can say. None live to speak for the dead. They are gone. Gone. It's all you like, but you'll only end up turning back. Alright. If what Meteon says is true, then what are we supposed to do? You think you've caught me? This form is barely a drop in the ocean that swells within the dead sun. Even so, I could easily unmake you. You are still only alive because of your comrades, but they cannot protect you forever. Until they fade away, something, and I accidentally clicked. I could probably just talk to her again. They fade away. I'll satisfy myself with watching you try and fail to find a way out of this lifeless place. Okay. Alphino? There's no one here, then neither should there be emotion to bar our way. Yet Meteon seems convinced we'll turn back. What riddle is this? How they say? Whatever Meteon may have said, we should confirm it with our own eyes. We need to have a look around. Indeed. At the very least, it doesn't appear to be a sprawling place like those before. If we split up, it shouldn't take too long to cover the area. Alright, well, let's take a look. There doesn't seem to be anyone here. Perhaps you could try calling out? Hello? If anyone has heard you, they do not respond. This looks like a bar. Though it looks like that the people who lived here were a little bit taller than us. This place is reminiscent of a bar, but neither patrons nor staff are anywhere to be seen. Egg-shaped containers line the shelves, with a loose fuse sitting on the counter. Vessels for the beverages, in all likelihood. A venue bustling with activity until it was not. Tree-like object. The object resembles a tree and appears to have been fashioned from a stone-like material. Erected in place of an actual tree, or to serve some other purpose? Perhaps. Regardless, there is no one left to explain, to tell the story. Maybe a lighting fixture? Who knows? Dusty table. Were not for the thick layer of dust, no one could imagine someone, or one could imagine someone drinking from these cups but moments ago. Rusty door. But set slightly off the ground, this appears to be a door, while the objects to the left could be letterboxes. The door is rusted shut, and the film of dust all over suggests no one has come through in a long, long time. In the distance, you glimpse Eorzea picking her way through the ruins, but otherwise spy no signs of life. If anyone can hear me, say something. Your call echoes faintly before being swallowed by the silence. Let's see what Eorzea has to, say. Yeah, man, take a look at this. If the road was a little longer, we could take it to just beneath the dead sun. But I suppose this is where the reconstruction ends. How about you? Did you find anything of interest? A whole lot of nothing. I see. I noticed the same things. Cups left upon tables, chairs out of place. I don't know what happened here, but I do know I don't want to be alone anymore. We've searched enough for now. Let's find Alphino and compare what we've learned. Alright, Alphino.
Did you find anything?
Nope.
No. This place is completely deserted. And I can't see how we're supposed to move on from here.
Neither can I. It's quite the quandary. There are no denizens to bar our path, yet there is no way forward.
For another mystery, we did find signs of very recent life. You'd swear everyone just vanished into thin air. I wonder how many ruined worlds like this has Meteion seen.
Could it be? Yes. Yes, I believe I may have puzzled this out. Despite how it appears, it's no different this time. There is someone here who has wished for this ruin. And I believe that together, Eorzea and I can overcome their will.
It's their turn. Well, I guess we'll go with I promised your parents I'd keep you safe.
I know. I know. But if there is a chance this will work, then I would take it. For everyone, and for myself. I will not pretend otherwise. I have my fears. Not for myself, but for you. The last to remain. You are no stranger to carrying the burden of others. But I can only imagine how heavy the weight would be this time. As your friend, I cannot bear the thought of making you suffer so.
Then why suggest such a thing? It's too much to ask of anyone, even her. Why must she be the one? Why must she fight alone? More than a hero, she's a dear friend. Not only to us, but to so many others. There are so many people in the world who care for you, and yet... And yet...
Alize, I have an idea. Given the nature of this realm, it may be possible to do more than unbar our friend's path. We might also pave her a new one. For instance, a path where she finds happiness at journey's end. This much, I think we can believe with the utmost conviction, no matter how deep our despair. So please, believe in us too, and press on. Thank you. What are you?
If the plan's decided, then let's not dally.
Ah, there you are. It was as I said, was it not?
It was. We couldn't find anyone. But this place isn't entirely deserted, is it? You are here.
She's the one blocking us.
You sought out a star of promise and found a ruined husk. Like us, you explored the devastation. Like us, you were stricken. Horrified by the thought that so many lives could be snuffed out as if they were worth nothing. And the thought that you would have to bear the terrible tidings to Hermes. That which you saw and felt, you shared with your sisters. As did they share their own grim findings with you. Overcome by the pervasive despair of these stars, some of you inadvertently ushered their peoples to their ends. Knowing the horrors you know, anyone would feel the same. They would fear what lies ahead and struggle to move forward.
Fear. I had forgotten that such a thing existed. So focused have I been on shepherding despair.
If you can remember, then you can still face and overcome your own fear.
Why would I bother with such an insignificant emotion? If the despair I command is as a raging river, then fear is but a trickling stream. It can do nothing to alter my flow. You spoke with the Ea, yes? Heard their tale of what awaits the universe. It's true. The stars grow colder and more distant. Eventually, all will enjoy frozen solitude. Using the power of Dynamis, I'm hastening that process. In so doing, nothing will be born ever again. Everyone will remain dead. Alas, it will take time for that to happen. So in mercy, I sent you my gift. to spare you needless suffering. Don't worry. Even if no living witnesses remain to mark the event, I'll make certain that Aetheris has a proper end.
For all the power you wield, you're more fearful than the familiar you used to be. That Meteion feared simply to move forward. But your fear is such that you've given up on everything. I know it well. That sense of defeat. I've tasted my fair share of it. But as many times as we've fallen down, we've learned how to pick ourselves up and carry on. We take each other's hand, share in each other's courage, follow in each other's footsteps, and turn sorrow into strength.
There are times when we fail. We bear wounds that do not heal. But these experiences are part of life, and they make us stronger. We rise, fall, and rise again.
Don't worry about us. You must take the next step, and all the rest after that.
Now, we're alone. But there's our path. Earlier, in Old Charlian.
Please, please, oh, please let them all be safe. Cryle? Are you all right?
It's nothing. Just a headache.
Yeah, we've heard that before.
They'll be fine. I know they will.
Apologies for the interruption. A man arrived on the last ferry. An associate of the Scions. He wishes to speak with you at once.
Really? I know those footsteps. Oh, can't worry about that right now. In a city devoid of life, you sense the presence of another. The sorrow of 1,000 worlds weighs heavy, and yet you can walk on. And if we look at this, Endwalker. Walking alone unto journey's end, the burden weighing heavy. So I can't do anything more than just walk.
If you need a push, I'll be right there behind you.
Ardbert.
Do not despair. You are not without allies.
Harshafal.
What we have sown in blood, we have reaped in suffering, and it cannot go on.
Merlevib.
Upon the souls of they who have sacrificed themselves to pave the way for peace, we will never abandon our cause.
Emmerich.
While it is true that man succumbs all too often to anger and avarice, he may yet overcome his baser instincts through the forming of bonds with others.
Nanamo.
Such victories are rarely won without sacrifice, but the prize is worth the price.
Ralbon.
And we, for our part, are glad indeed to be able to welcome friends both old and new.
Honey Senna.
Save your tears for the morrow. You may be sure we will have ample cause to shed them, be they for joy or despair.
Ian.
From tragedy and sacrifice, we rise to greet a new dawn.
Papolimo.
A future shaped by the choices we made, in ways we could never have foreseen.
Edmond de Forton.
Yet miracles do happen, so let us pray and will our friends home.
MacLug.
I won't stop praying until I know they're safe.
And Reen.
Strong art thou, mortal.
Midgard Zormer.
Look to the light within, that you may continue to serve as a beacon to others.
Menphilia.
Let's finish this.
Ardbert. And indeed, let's finish this.
Here the path ends. There is no way to reach our nest.
We're almost there, though.
I told you. Resignation and acceptance reign in this place. The rejection of life by those who came to curse it. Those whose dreams were unfulfilled. Whose prayers were unheard. Whose labors were unrewarded. Hope cannot deliver you unto hopelessness. Our refuge is beyond you. Always has it been. Such is the nature of this place. You should have remained on Etheris. Struggle will avail you not. nor will it grant your comrades peace. Come, let me relieve you of your burden. You've suffered enough.
I think not.
Asm's magic. So long as our souls remain, you can use it to summon us back. But you mustn't.
How do we make peace with
That's why it's too soon for this to end.
There are so many people in the
You must triumph.
Drink of calamity, drown in...
Be safe, all of you, and come back.
I am ever grateful. I came to appreciate most about our star is that there remains so much we do not know.
After all these years,
Is this the answer I was hoping for?
So long as we remember, our fates remain ours to shape.
And Godspeed.
Perhaps when our time comes to return to the star, we shall remember these few days we have lost.
Do not squander it. The legacy I leave you.
I'll reach you. I'll find a way. Hello there, guys.
I bid them remember, but all this time I'm the one who had forgotten. A right fool you've made of me, Hermes. And to add insult to injury, I've been denied a sound rest, forced to watch this clamorous show.
We picked up some hitchhikers in the Ethereal Sea.
Oh, come now. It's been a gripping tale. Unbreakable bonds and noble sacrifice, sprinkled with moments of levity to counterbalance the pathos. It's got it all. I, for one, would have been perfectly content to watch enraptured from the stalls. But I won't say no to a bit part.
What are you?
Half-faded souls of the dead. Isn't it painfully obvious?
Absolutely.
Worry not. We haven't the power to defeat you, nor is it our duty to do so. Not anymore. That being said, we do have a score to settle. So here I am, Vinar. I suppose you needed me to tie it all together, these frayed threads of our history. But knowing you, I suspect there's a joke in it too. Oh yes, I can imagine you gloating over my forgetfulness. Were I feeling charitable, I might assume you had left room for the possibility of this outcome. Even so, you'll get no applause from me. A single gesture will not lighten the burden I've had to bear. Still, you must be commended. Our methods would not have brought mankind this far. And so, as a show of respect to the last of us, I make this declaration. You will not end our journey. That is our answer. The answer of all lives of Aetheris, past and present.
As you've called us to the stage, so shall we perform. and creation magics never fail to please. Drawing upon the hopes of your comrades, we will make for you a new path.
What form said path takes depends on you. So focus. Focus and envision that which rejects the claim that you cannot attain your goal.
Ours is the wisdom to weave the fabric of reality. Ours is the power to create.
Opus flowers. Of all the different colors that we've seen them.
Meteon, though I gave you these wings to soar the heavens, I did not teach you how to walk the earth. So loath was I to bind another living being. In the course of your long journey, you will learn from those you meet. Learn to walk and run, and so much more. A flower. Yes. Upon your return, I will gift you a beautiful flower.
These Elpis blooms serve as proof that this realm is not utterly devoid of hope. No more can you deny its power. No more is yours the dominion of despair. In case the practical implications were lost on you, your comrades no longer need fight their fight. So go on. Call them back to your side.
All right. We're all back.
May you ever walk in the light.
How disappointing. Not even a single scar in the making to brag about.
Sacred.
You'll find a way regardless.
Honestly, this is far more than any of us could have hoped for. Let us be thankful.
Indeed. That we thus stand reunited is a gift. Let us not squander it, and see that we all return to Eorzea.
Aye. As soon as we've averted the final days.
Good to see you again. Our heroic sacrifice paid off, I take it.
Yes, and yeah, you're the one that doesn't like heroic sacrifices.
Come, my friends. Let us carry on and finish it. Together.
I'm thinking that this is actually the Meteon that we met in Elpis. Come with us. Well, that's something.
Can you hear me? The voice is within, crying in pain, wailing in sorrow, hurting, hurting. End it. Silence it. Silence our song of oblivion.
The way is open. They can proceed.
I was just thinking that Meteon is as much a victim in this as anyone else. Because of what she found and all of that despair that she absorbed from all those dead souls that twisted and warped her.
So it seems.
It seems like that Meteon's individual consciousness, individual self, broke through there. For a moment, at least.
You're leaving?
Of course. The encore is finished, and I will not suffer myself to live again by Heideling's magic. But more than that, the future you seek is not the past we loved. That is why we fought, and why I lost. But though you defeated me, my ideals are inviolate, invincible.
You're not ready to admit that you're wrong. All right.
Spare me your pity. I have no use for it. If you would do something for me, save our star. See this tale to a triumphant conclusion, and with elation in your hearts, bid the final curtain fall. Only then may it rise again, and a new tale begin, with new parts for all to play. Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty?
Nope.
Or the treasure islands beyond the frozen waters of Blind Frost in Offerd's north?
Not yet.
The fabled golden cities of the New World. The sacred sites of the forgotten people of the South Sea Isles. What about Mericidia, the southern continent? Do you know aught of its present state of affairs?
I do not.
I thought not. Even of your little Eorzea, you know precious little. The true identities of the 12, for instance. All of which is to say, expand your horizons, go forth and seek discovery. Some of the civilizations in the reflections will surprise you. As the bearer of Azem's crystal, you may consider your duty to see at least that much.
Yep, we still have a lot left to do.
I certainly did.
Yes, because you carried Azim's crystal for a long time.
I pray we meet again. If not in this life, then perhaps another. Whensoever it should be, I trust it will be a most joyous reunion.
For you, maybe. I want nothing to do with it.
Oh, don't be that way.
All right. Let's see what everybody has to say. It is my fervent hope that our ancient friends will find a new beginning, they and all their brethren who have returned to the ethereal sea. For that to come to pass, we must succeed. We must avert the final days and save Aetheris. Yep, because their souls could end up getting reborn somewhere, sometime. Yustola? To go and see all those places and more, Emet has given you quite a task. Yep, we now have a big to-do list. Suffice to say, I should be glad to assist you once we've returned together, triumphant, of course. And Eorzea? For all those lives on those stars whose light hath been extinguished, for the ancients who went before us, I offer a solemn prayer. No need to explain. I have a rough idea what happened while I was gone. It was a strange feeling. I thought as though I was struggling in a pitch-black sea. A powerful tide was trying to wash me away, one that churned with hatred and envy for life, and it was all I could do to swim against it. Then suddenly, I was here. It felt long and short at the same time, hazy as in a dream, but through it all, one thing was crystal clear. You fought with all your being to keep our hopes alive. Alright, Estidian. I can't claim I fully understand the workings of this place, but in that moment, I felt I knew what I needed to do. I felt that it was the right time to offer up this life I owe, that I could risk it all on the wager that the rest of you would manage without me. Well, glad am I to see that I was right. Alright. And Graha? As different and mysterious as the ancients may be, they were people, not unlike us. The first people to fall and feel pain, and the first force to find a way to rise again. And then we have come, and in our pain and suffering, we are connected. Alright, Alice? I don't think I ever knew what to say to the man. In retrospect, it always felt like the wrong thing. The past notwithstanding, he came to your aid in your moment of need. We are here, and we will not squander this chance he has given us. We will see this tale to a triumphant conclusion and bid the final curtain fall. And I can now fly. Alright. Alphino. Are you ready, Yami? Ready as we'll ever be. Then let us set forth for the reckoning. Having come this far, I know everyone's resolve is beyond doubt, so I'll say only this. Within that dead sun swirls the emotions that Meteon has hoarded, the emotions of innumerable souls who strove for happiness but failed. As it was with the denizens of Ultima Thule that barred our way, it is not for us to rebuke and admonish. It was not by passing judgment on the tragic legacies of others that we arrived at this moment. Rather, it was by opening our hearts to their despair, by understanding and acknowledging their fates, while still refusing to share in them ourselves. Our hold fast to hope, not in ignorance, but by choice. If you struggle to do so, I am here to help, as you have all helped me. All right. Everyone's going home today, understood? Aye. All right, the Dead Ends is now accessible. All right, and this is where we're gonna break this episode. So we'll stop here. When we come back, we're gonna put an end to this. So I anticipate that probably next episode will be quite long. All right, we'll see that next time. So for now, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment. I'll see you next time.